Okay, fourth grade, Mr. Gimberty here, and today we're going to be looking at TEK 4.4a, and that is going to be adding and subtracting with whole numbers. And in this video, we're going to be looking at how to add using the standard algorithm. So we've got our equation on the left in standard algorithm, and then an equation on the right in expanded form, so we can kind of see how those two are related. So our first step whenever we're adding and subtracting is we always start in the ones place. So I'm going to be adding 8 plus 5. That is going to be 13. Because we make this 10, we are going to carry that 10 over into the tens place, and we are going to write our 3 in the ones place. Okay. Now for the standard algorithm, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add 8 plus 5, and when we move the 10 over to the left, we show that by writing a 1 above the tens place and a 3 in the ones place. Now going back to the expanded form, we're going to add 70 plus 10, which is 80, and then 80 plus 80, which gives us 160. Because we make 100, we're going to move that 100 over to the left into the hundreds place, like that, and then we are going to write our 60 in our tens place. Okay, in the standard form, we're going to be adding the tens place. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And because we have that new group of 10, we're going to shift it over one place value to the left, and then we're going to write our 6 in our tens place. Okay, so every time we make a group of 10, we shift it one place value to the left, and we write a 1 above that place value. All right, back to our expanded form. We're going to be adding our hundreds. 100 plus 200 is going to give us a total of 300. So because we did not make a new place value, we did not make 1,000, we do not have to do any regrouping and shifting to the left. Okay, on our standard algorithm, we're going to add our hundreds place. 100 plus 200, that is going to give us a total of 300. All right, now we're going to be in our thousands place. 9,000 plus 7,000, that's going to give us a total of 16,000. Because we made a 10,000, we can shift that one place to the left. So we write 10,000 here, and then we can keep our 6,000 in the thousands place. On the standard algorithm, we're going to go ahead and add 9 plus 7, which gives us 16. We're going to take that one group of 10 and shift it to the left, and we are going to write our 6 in the thousands place. And then finally, we add our thousands, our 10,000s together. 10,000 plus 40,000, which equals 50,000. And then in our standard algorithm, we do it in the 10,000s place, 1 plus 4. So 10,000 plus 4 groups of 10,000, that's going to give us 5 groups of 10,000. So we have our total in standard algorithm, 56,363. And then if we take our expanded form and we write it in standard, 5 10,000s, 6 1,000s, 3 hundreds, 6 tens, 3 ones, we get the same exact answer. Okay, so that is how expanded form addition, which you learned in third grade, is connected to what we're doing in fourth grade using the standard algorithm. Let's go ahead and take a look at a word problem and see if we can use the standard algorithm to solve it. All right, in this word problem, before I read it, we're going to take a look at this problem-solving strategy bookmark on the right. So on the right, it's got some steps that we can do when we're problem-solving to help us understand the problem and better complete the word problem. So our first step is going to be read the question carefully. We're going to circle the numbers and underline the question. The reason we circle the numbers is because that is going to tell us if it's a single step or multi-step problem. Okay, if we see 2 numbers, that's going to be a clue that it's single step. So 2 numbers is going to be single step. If we see 3 or more numbers, that's going to be a clue that it's going to be a multi-step. So meaning we have to add, then subtract, or maybe we have to add and multiply. So we have to do 2 operations if we see 3 or more numbers. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the question. It says a law practice has billables of $278,326 in January and $147,482 in February. What were the total billables for the 2 months? So our next step, our first step is going to be circling the numbers, and we're going to be underlining the question. Okay. And what I like to do is I like to look for keywords in the question. So something that stands out to me is going to be total. So I'm looking for the total. So that typically is a clue when you're looking for the total that it's going to be an addition problem. But we're going to go to our next steps just to confirm it. So step 2, we want to ask, what is this problem about? So we're looking for a noun. Okay, a person, place, or thing. And that again is in the question. What were the total billables for the 2 months? So our thing is going to be billables. And basically that's money being charged to somebody. Okay, so our problem is about money. And now we need to ask, do we know the total amount of money they have? And the answer to that question is going to be no, we don't know the total. Okay. We know they made some money in January, they made some money in February, but we do not know what the total is for both months. So if it's no, that's going to be a combining problem. So we're either going to be multiplying or adding. Now, in this case, we're going to be adding because these are two different numbers. If it was the same number over and over and over, then that would be a clue that it's going to be multiplication. So now that we know we're going to add, we're going to go to step 5, and we're going to write out the equation based on what we know. Okay, so I know my two parts, 278,326 plus 147,482. Now remember, when you're writing your equation in standard algorithm, make sure your place values are lined up. Your ones are lined up with your ones, your tens are lined up with your tens, and so on. Okay, and so now that everything's lined up, now we can just go ahead and start solving. 6 plus 2 is going to give us 8. 2 plus 8, we make a group of 10. So just like we had been practicing, we carry that 1 over, and we're going to write the 0. In the hundreds place, we have 1 plus 3 plus 4, which gives us 8. In the thousands, we have 8 plus 7. That gives us 15. So we're going to carry that one group of 10,000 over, or that 10, and we're going to write it in the 10,000s place, the 5 in the 1,000s. Now we're going to add the 10,000s. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 4, that gives us 12. So 12 10,000s, we make 100,000. We're going to shift that over to the left and write the 2 in the 10,000s. Now we're going to add our 100,000s place, 1 plus 2 plus 1, and that's going to give us a total of 4. So our answer is going to be, they have a total